First we crochet the pink body part. First the magic ring. First hook a CH chain stitch. Then hook the first loop. It's 6 SC single crochet. Thread the crochet into the ring, bringing the thread out. Threading the wire through the 2 coils. This is a straight S. Keep ticking 5 more SC. That's 6 more SCs. Tighten the coil after the hook. Ship stitch with the first stitch. Next, hook the second loop. First stitch. Second CH is 6-inch increase. Enter the needle at the ship stitch. That's 2 SC on each straight S. This is the first SC, and then we're still in the ship stitch. Hook the second SC. This is an inch. Keep ticking 5 more inches. Six inch after the hook with the first ship stitch. Next, hook the third loop. First CH a stitch. Still in at the ship stitch. The pattern for the third loop is ASC. An inch. One SC and 1 inch as a group. Repeat for 6 groups. 1 SC. And then an inch. After 6 sets of hooks with the first ship stitch. Next, hook the fourth loop. First CH1 stitch, all in at the ship stitch. The pattern for the fourth loop is ASC, an inch. Another SC for a group. Repeat for a total of 6 groups. 1 SC, an inch, ASC, after 6 sets of hooks with the first ship stitch. Next, hook the fifth loop. First stitch. The pattern for the fifth loop is 3 SC, 1 inch for a group. Repeat for a total of 6 groups. and then an ink. After 6 sets of hooks with the first sheep stitch. Next, hook the 6th loop. CH1. The pattern for the 6th loop is to SC. One ink. Two more S's as a group. Repeat for a total of 6 groups. After 6 sets of ticks, sheep stitch with the first stitch. Next, hook the 7th loop. 1 ch. The pattern for the 7th loop is 5 SC. 1 ink for a group. Repeat for 6 groups. Five SC, and then an ink. Repeat for 6 sets. After 6 ticks, first sheep stitch. Next, hook the 8th loop. Start with 2 cheese. The 8th loop is hooked on the below. That's the half that's away from your body. Hook DC, wind the thread. Pick the below and bring the line out. The wire is wound through the first 2 coils first. Wrap the wire through the last 2 coils. This makes 1 DC. 42 DCs in the 8th circle. Each straight S-on corresponds to a DC. Winding the wire to pick the below. Bringing the line out, winding the line. Threading 2 coils. Threading 2 more coils of wire. 42 DCs in all. After 62 DCs, with the first stitch of the sheep stitch. Then start to CH. Enter the needle at the sheep stitch. Start with a DC. Then hook a WF winding. Pick up a stitch straight S. And then bring the line out. Winding wire through the first 2 coils. Wrap the wire through the first 2 coils. This is a WF. The pattern for the 9th circle is 1 DC, 1 WF. And then it keeps repeating. A DC. A WF. After the 9th repetition, sheep stitch with the first stitch. then 2 more cheese. That's CH. Come down and hook the 10th loop. Hook the same way as for the 9th loop. Hook ADC at the sheep stitch first. Hook a WF on the next straight S. Keep repeating. A DC, a WF, after the 10th tick, sheep stitch with first stitch. And then the thread breaks. Next, the white body is outlined. 1 to 7 circles in the same way as for the pink body. After 1 to 7 circles, sheep stitch. Next, take the 8 to 12 circles. First CH stitch. Still at the sheep stitch. Hook SC. Laps bar to SHEIN or 40 to SC. Each straight S on corresponds to ASC. After 42 SC are hooked with the first sheep stitch. And then CH1. We take out the pink body. In the flow, hook SC. Perform stitching. Hook 3 CH. Then pick flow in the next stitch straight S. Corresponding. White also picks flow. Hook SC. Then start 3 CH. Then flow in the next stitch. Take the flow that corresponds to the white color SC. And then 3 cheese. This is repeated in sequence. Keep ticking it off. And when you get to the point where there's almost a small gap, we'll stuff in the cotton. and then we continue to crochet through it. After each stitch has been matched, we'll pick up the 2 flows from the first stitch and do a sheep stitch. And then disconnect. Hide the thread until all the remaining threads are hidden in the main body. The next part of the cream, first magic ring. Hook ACH. Six SC in the first circle. Tightening the coil. First sheep stitch. First stitch. 6 inks in the second loop. After the 6 ink ticks, sheep stitch with the first stitch. CH1 stitch, hook the third loop. 1 SC. 1 ink for a group. Repeat for a total of 6 groups. After 6 sets of ticks, wear with the first stitch. 1 stitch. Then turn the piece over. Hook for SC on each straight S. CH1 stitch for ship stitch. And then the thread is broken. Hide the threads a little bit. Next, we'll crochet cherries. First magic ring, crochet 6 SC. Tighten the coil. Ship stitch with first stitch. CH1 stitch. 6 inks in the second loop. No more demonstrations here. After the second hook, 1 ch. 12 SC in the third loop. Each straight S corresponds to ASC. Ship stitch with first stitch. CH1 stitch. The fourth loop is 6 stack decrease. Enter needle at ship stitch, bring thread out. Needle in at next straight S brings out the thread. Threading 3 coils at once. This is 1 deck. That's 6 ticks. After 6 stacks, trimming off the excess threads. And then with the first stitch of the ship stitch. Broken thread. Picking flow, tightening. Tighten up. Then bring the line out. Hook the 40s with a brown line. Hooked and then disconnected, pulling the line out. We'll stick the buttercream on top of the cake. And then we put the cherries on top as well. And finally, the colored threads are sewn on with a needle. Sew on the icing, and that's the end of it. Thanks for watching.